In today's video, I want to share with you some of the attractions in Japan that I think you can skip and some of the ones that you absolutely must do. Let's start with Tokyo first. If you have been following for a while, you might know that we spend the most time in Tokyo because Tokyo is so big. There are so many different neighborhoods and areas that we want to go to, but we didn't even get to go to all of them. So I'm saving the ones that we didn't get to do for our next trip, hopefully sometime in the future. But let me just go over a couple attractions that I think you can probably skip in Tokyo. The first one is the Art Aquarium Museum in Ginza. Let me just tell you the reason why I think you can skip and also why I cannot highly recommend this exhibition. It is just because I feel like it's a little bit borderline maybe animal abuse. If you have been there, you probably know what I'm talking about. Although the exhibition was really pretty, they really thought out the whole concept, but when you see the little details that goes into it, you kind of realize that this might not be right for the goldfish. And maybe it's just me, but I just feel really bad for those fishes. There's this one part of the exhibition where there are a bunch of square-ish fish tank or fish aquarium in the middle, and it kind of showcased the many different types of goldfish, which honestly I had no idea before I went to this exhibit. I just thought there's only one goldfish type, but there are actually plenty. And you'll see in this little squarish tank that there's like at least 3 or 4 fishes. There's also some decoration in there. And when I take a close-up video footage of those fishes, it seems like they are asking me to help them. Their swimming area is just very limited, and then they have to share it with 3 or 4 other fishes. Something is a bit off for me. I just didn't really like that, and I couldn't really highly recommend this exhibition for you. Like I said, it's still a very beautiful piece of art slash exhibition, but I just kind of question the reasoning of the small tank and all of that. That is why I couldn't highly recommend, and that's also the reason why I think you could skip this attraction. Hi friends, Sarah's here, and I'm so sorry to interrupt today's video, but I just want to come on here really quickly to announce that I have a new freebie that you can download today. I have been sharing a lot of my recommendations and tips on how to go about planning your very first trip to Japan, and I created a very simple 12-day Japan itinerary that was inspired from my own trip to Japan. If you want to go check it out, the link will be down in the description box below. And now let's get back to the video. Number 2 is a day trip to Yokohama. I think you can definitely skip this if you don't have anything that you want to see in Yokohama. If you are going to Japan after March 31st, 2024, I think the Gundam factory should be closed already by then. I think they were supposed to close in the past a couple times, and they keep extending their opening. I'm not sure if that's the case for 2024, but if they are closed and there's nothing else that you want to see in Yokohama, you can definitely skip a day trip to Yokohama. For me, it was still pretty cool to see because I kind of want to see like the big Gundam at the Gundam factory move around, because we went at the time when the factory is not closed yet. I think it was still worth it to go to Yokohama. We also went to have a really late lunch or early dinner, I guess, at Hotel New Grand, which is where the spaghetti Napolitan dish was first created. I love pasta, and I love that show First Love on Netflix. I just kind of like really connected to that dish. So I thought it would be cool to actually go into Hotel New Grand and experience that. It's not really as special as I thought it would be. That's why I feel like you can skip Yokohama, because I'm sure there are other places in maybe Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto that have spaghetti Napolitan that may be better and cheaper. The next thing that I feel like you can skip in Tokyo is Meiji Jingu in Harajuku. I think it was just an okay shrine. And that's because I've seen some other ones in Kyoto that is prettier and a little bit more interesting to me. However, when I did go to Meiji Jingu, there was actually like a traditional Japanese wedding ceremony happening. I didn't take any pictures and videos because I want to respect their privacy, but it was pretty cool experience to witness, especially if you have never seen it before and it is your first time in Japan. The bride was wearing this very traditional wedding attire. It comes with that big white headdress, or I don't know what the actual term is, but it was just really cool to see. But I think just the Meiji Jingu attraction in general, I think you can skip it because there are many other shrines that are more interesting to me, in my opinion, in Kyoto. The next thing that I feel like you can skip is the Mount Fuji ropeway ride. I know I actually went because I got a combination tickets for the ropeway and the boat ride, but I don't think the ropeway ride is worth the wait time. When you get up there, honestly, I didn't really get to do much because they were closing at 2 p.m. and then there's there's just a long line to actually go back down. And then we also have to catch the last boat ride, so I want to make sure that we get to go up to the summit of the ropeway ride, look around, take some pictures, and then we actually went back in line to go back down, which is why I feel like you can definitely skip this. If you have seen my Mount Fuji video, you'll notice that once you get into the Fuji Yoshida and Kawaguchi area, you can see Mount Fuji from anywhere. Just pray and hope that you went on a clear day, but you don't have to go up the Mount Fuji ropeway to see Mount Fuji. I'm hoping that this video can kind of help you out, especially if you are kind of on the fence about an attraction or two and whether or not you should add it into your own Japan itinerary. And let me know in the comment below if you have been to Japan and if you have gone to these attractions, if you agree with me or not to skip it. With that being said, let's go over to the attraction that you absolutely have to do. And speaking about Mount Fuji area, I think the Lake Kawaguchi boat ride is totally worth it. It's a 20-minute ride and it was actually pretty cool to sail around Lake Kawaguchi, but then you also again get the view of Mount Fuji from the water level. And if you have been walking around the whole day, that 20-minute is definitely helpful because you can just sit and relax and enjoy the boat ride, enjoy the scenery. So if you have to choose between the ropeway and the boat ride, definitely do the boat ride. Before moving on to the next thing in the video, I just want to interrupt this video really quickly just to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I think 98% of you who are watching my video is not a subscriber, and I would love it for you to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my future videos about Japan, about cruising, travel hacking, and so much more. I hope to see you on the next one, and now let's get back to the video. The next attraction, I guess, that you have to do in Tokyo is ride the Shinkansen, and also make sure you get some ekiben to eat during your ride. I actually only went on 2 Shinkansen rides, one from Tokyo to Kobe, and then the second one was from Kyoto to go back to Tokyo. And both ways, I make sure that I got some ekibens. I even got the same one, which was the pork cutlet one, and oh my gosh, that is my favorite ekiben ever. If you are going on the Shinkansen on your first trip to Japan, make sure you get those ekiben. Another thing that I want to say about the Shinkansen is that buying tickets for the trip is actually pretty easy. I think I might actually upload a video about how I get our Shinkansen tickets from the app called SmartX app. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. You can actually search the train by the time, by the train type, and you can also get the non-reserved tickets on the app. And if you do decide to get the reserved seating, you can also pick and choose your seat from the app. The next attraction, and I feel like not a lot of people agree, is to eat at an Ichiran Ramen on like your first couple days in Japan. I feel like you just have to experience that at least once. Wait in the line, order the ramen, and also eat in the individual booth. Let me know in the comment below if you agree. I'm just gonna say this, and I probably will spoil it for you. Ichiran Ramen is not gonna be the best ramen you eat in Japan because there are so many other places that are probably way better, but I think you just have to go for the experience. It's kind of like an initiation for yourself. You are in Japan and you just gotta get that Ichiran Ramen dinner on your first night in Japan. The last thing that I want to say about an attraction that you absolutely must do, I think, in Tokyo is to go to Sunshine City in Ikebukuro, especially if you are a fan of Pokemon. There are many Pokemon centers throughout Japan, especially in Tokyo, and there are many bigger ones than the one in Sunshine City. I feel like it's just a Pokemon heaven, especially for anyone who is a Pokemon fan, because even when you go up the stairs or the elevators to go to the level where the Pokemon Center is located, there's like a bunch of Pokeball that you can see on the ceiling. And then when you get to that level in front of the Pokemon Centers, there's actually Pokemon figurines, and I'm pretty sure those are the original Pokemons, I want to say. If you want to reminisce from like your childhood back in the mid-90s-ish, you should go to Sunshine City and just take a look at some of the Pokemon stuff that they have there. There's actually 2 Pokemon related stores there, I think. One is the Pokemon Centers, which actually sell a lot of those Pokemon character merchandise, and there's another one where it's more about the trading card games. When we were there's not a lot of people at the other store, so I'm not really sure how that works. Hopefully this is helpful for you, especially if you are still debating whether or not you want to spend some time and money on some of these attractions. Let me know in a comment below if you have been to Japan. What are some of the attractions that you think you can skip, and some of the ones that you absolutely need to go, especially if they are different from the list that I have in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate you staying until the end of the video. I hope this has been helpful. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Japan travel videos and recommendation videos, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!